You ready? Welcome back to another episode of Give Back to the Game. I'm your host, Philip Witter. Behind me, I've got my other co-hosts, Sam Hodge and William Witter. We're going to be tackling all sorts of things related to college football on this episode. This is officially episode 11. No, this is episode 12. Episode 12. All right, episode 12 of the Give Back to the Game podcast. We're going to be tackling coaches who are filling empty and vacant head coaching positions. Players who are allegedly rumored to be hitting the transfer portal. I say allegedly, and we'll get into that. We're also going to be talking a little bit of Canadian football for those of you sickos who really, really care for the game. Also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Give us a like. Subscribe to the channel. If you aren't subscribed, it helps us out a lot. It's completely free. And what it does is it helps us and gives us the opportunity to make more awesome content more often and honestly more reliably. So like this video, watch it all the way through. We've got lots to get through. Look forward to you watching to the end. Boom. Thank you for that intro, Philip.
Thank you, Philip. Lovely.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good job, Philip.
Thanks. Pat on the back for myself. It's always nerve-wracking to stand up in front of the camera and have to do that.
Yeah.
But just a little different look that we're going to try out. Something fun. Figured maybe make editing a little more interesting, stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, welcome back. We're at episode 12 officially, so we've hit a dozen. It's a big benchmark in the YouTube community. It's
there we
not,
go.
But it is for us.
Our
it's
plaque
cool.
is coming in soon. So.
Right, hopefully, right. That's where you come in, right? Philip harped on it.
It's a plastic
On episode 12, should we talk about number 11?
Number 11.
Never mind.
Larry
Talk to
Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald? That's what I thought too.
It's a layered joke.
Number 11.
Never mind.
I don't get it.
We'll let it go.
He's a few rungs deep into the onion. We're on the surface.
Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm the first layer of the artichoke that you take off. Not a lot of depth here. And my percentage in picking shows that, but we'll get to that later. Brutal. Tough. It's been tough. Anyway, we'll get into all of that. We will, man. We will. It's been a rough go the last couple weeks, man. We started out so hot.
He's still
here. I am
showing up.
Here I am.
You know,
Lord, send me.
sometimes if it's like that thing, we look at a 3-10 football team and we see them and we're like, dang, you know, talking all that trash, and it's like, how can you show back up when the season's over, really, you know?
It's funny you chose those specific numbers. 3-10 football team.
Yeah, you know, like the Jets every year.
You know what's the worst? When you know that they have talent, but they can't get out of their own way.
True.
I know.
That's very
I know somebody like that.
Yeah, the emotions.
You know what this team has a lot of, though? A lot of heart.
You know what's one thing?
A lot of passion.
Mm-hmm.
We grind. We don't lose by a lot.
What we will say is the team is resilient. They haven't
Super
given up
resilient.
yet. When everyone's
No
saying
quitting
you
this
probably
dog.
should give up,
Nope.
he's saying no.
This week is a new week. It's a new opportunity.
One thing I learned with fantasy football, I think it's easier when
You learn.
you keep
learn
it
things?
simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You've been
every once in a
learning from
while.
fantasy football?
So one thing that I actually learned from looking back at Philip's old March Madness brackets that I am guilty of doing in
Consistency
fantasy football
is what you
is
see.
thinking that the answer is more complicated than it actually is.
Right.
I think it's just keep it simple, stupid.
It really is as simple as who has better uniforms, and if
No,
you
it
throw a
is.
dart at a board, what side of the board does it land on?
I like 10 over 7.
Yeah,
I don't like 15 over 2 like Philip does, but
I do. I've been right about a couple. Florida Gulf Coast in the past was great.
Yeah.
Lob City was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I banged on that one. Oh my gosh, there was another 15 that we picked not too long ago. It was the obvious one. There was one like maybe 3 years ago where it was like a 15 over a 2 where everyone's kind of like, don't sleep on these boys, and then they went.
You think it's St. Peter's?
I think it might have been St. Peter's. But I don't remember having, like, I had Florida Gulf Coast going far. I didn't have them to the Elite Eight. I think I had them. No, I had them to the Elite Eight. They made it to the Sweet 16. which was pretty cool. St. Peter's made it further than I expected. Anyway, we're talking college basketball now. We're a college football podcast.
But
we're not versatile.
Has started.
The season has started. College basketball is in full swing. It's a good time, man. It's a good time. But while, yes, I love talking college basketball, we're gonna talk a little bit about the Grey Cup that just happened. Canadian football style.
This is all William.
This is all William. I threw it in. I threw him a bone. I was like,
all right, William,
get on your soapbox.
tell us about the Grey Cup this weekend.
Dude.
Did you enjoy it?
Give us the 2-minute rundown of the Grey Cup.
I normally watch the Grey Cup either
How
live
many
or
CFL games did you watch this year?
fully.
Not fully, but like you went back and rewatched or something like that.
It's gonna sound crazy. I was really like an addict looking for some scraps. Some new football was on. I found like some weird CFL Plus live streams of their preseason games, and I was like, if I knew the guy that made a play, I'd skip to that play. I'm like, oh, dude, it's good to see this guy still playing. It's good to see Xander Horvath from Purdue. He's toting the rock for the BC Lions, like things like that.
What a poll.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But I did that when I was. I guess I should be careful how I talk about when I'm slow. When I have a slow day, but you never know what corporate types are watching. But no, it was. I watched a couple of those. Kind of just picked around the play-by-plays. I think I sat down and watched maybe like 3. I don't think I watched an entire full game, but just whenever I had time and it was on. But I did watch a ton of the highlights they put out, like the full game highlights, 10, 12-minute videos. But I pretty much only if the quarterback stat line was interesting enough to watch. But yeah, so this game, I only watched a half because I was like, dude, I have like 20 college games to get to. I didn't. I usually watch the Grey Cup, but that's because usually there's a quarterback that I just love to watch. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, dude, this guy.
What was the quarterback matchup? Wasn't it Vernon Adams versus Trevor Harris?
No. If that was the case, I would have watched. I enjoy watching Vernon Adams play. Now, it's Trevor Harris versus Davis Alexander. I'm sure you have no idea who that is.
No clue.
First-year starter for Montreal. Had a good season. Can spin it a little bit. He's an undersized guy, about the Baker build. But, I mean, it's just two guys that, he's a young guy, threw 3 picks, so not his best day.
You know where Trevor Harris went to college now?
I do not.
Edinburgh.
There you go. That's somewhere in Canada?
That's a poll right there.
No, it's in, I think, Pennsylvania.
Oh, good for him.
He was on the...
It's pretty much Canada.
He was on our William game, part 1.
Oh.
He was the extra credit.
Nice.
Yeah,
Trevor
So now
Harris.
I know Edinburgh is where Trevor Harris went to school.
But
did they win? Did Trevor Harris win?
Yep, the Rough Riders. Congratulations, the Saskatchewan Rough Riders, to AJ Ouellette.
Dude, there's a guy at my store who always... Oh, my gosh, what's his name? It's not Dwight. Oh, my gosh. I don't need to dox the guy's name online anyway, but he always comes in with the Saskatchewan Rough Riders hat. Yeah, I commented on it. I was like, is that a Saskatchewan Rough Riders hat? And he goes... Like, he looked like he was bewildered that somebody in America knew what that was. And he goes, yeah, it is. We're from there. And all of a sudden got into his his Canadian jargon quick.
Dude, that's so fire. I remember there was a kid, 8th grade football camp at Hamilton, who had some CFL gloves. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm like, dude, that is like the nichest pull. Where did you come across these gloves? I remember I ran into like a Calgary Stampeders fan at Winco one time. And I'm like, it's like, oh, dude, Stampeders fan. We had a great talk, and he's like, dude, they stink. And he was just rifling off about how bad they were that season. I'm like,
it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
it's probably okay.
Welcome to Arizona.
Day.
No, right? I mean, I think they were playing at the time, so I was like, what are you doing here? And, of course, it's crazy that I knew that they were playing at the time. But I was, when there's no football on, you're like, oh, there's games on today, CFL. Let me just see what's up.
Yeah.
But
it tells you exactly, like, how bought into football somebody is are they staying tuned to CFL? Are they staying in on
if I have
UFL?
nothing to do on a Sunday afternoon, do I know what time the Calgary game starts? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Maybe.
The answer is yes. The amount of times that we've gone over to our parents for dinner and William's like, hey, the BC Lions are playing right now. And
Yeah,
like,
you got to watch Nathan Rourke.
like,
How do you even get the channel?
It's on CBS
free.
Sports Network.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it's
Hulu.
CBS Sports Network, but they also have CFL Plus.
Dude,
which
the
if you-
CFL is
They
amazing.
do it right. Yeah, they do it great.
It's amazing. CFL Plus. Like, all you have to do, you just give them your email. You have access to
Give them
almost
the spam
to like
info.
every single game for
Really?
free. Yes, free streams on CFL Plus. So you can watch. That's how I watch the preseason games. The CFL Plus has the live streams of the Eno. I tuned in for Eno for one of them because he was on the Stampeders.
Oh, yeah, he's playing right now?
Yeah, I don't know if he made the team or if he's like a practice squad guy, but
That's such a bummer, dude.
I know.
What was the injury he had on the Saints that was super bad?
I don't know.
I think
I
he
don't
tore his
remember.
Achilles or something.
Dang.
Oh, was it really that
he had
bad?
a bad injury. I don't know if it was a
Dang,
knee or an
dude.
Achilles.
But
He just had a fumbling issue here, couldn't stay healthy, and then
Yeah.
bounced around a couple teams and just
he
never landed.
it was fun to watch him run, but like he just couldn't break the tackles that
the
we
next
saw him
level.
break
At
at ASU.
Unlike Scat.
He's not as big of a guy. He really looks small when he's up against professionals, which is unfortunate for
Yeah.
him because unlike college, he's like, oh, he's not that small. But
Dude, you know what else is fun, though? Canadian fantasy football. Doing that. We
Yeah.
did that.
what, like
You did that
8
with
years
us.
ago?
Freshman year.
Yeah, we did it freshman year of high school. We
Oh
did
boy,
the-
that was 10 years ago.
Oh, I don't even think it was because
We
we
were
were on the
doing-
cruise. When we were in
yeah,
Canada, we were watching.
juniors.
It was we were juniors.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were a little bit
And
older.
I think we were trying to do conference fantasy football for.
We did that freshman year of
College
college.
football.
Yeah.
We did Pac-12 fantasy football.
It kind of
Yeah.
fell
It didn't-
apart.
yeah,
but
it did fall
It
apart.
was a fun idea.
I
at
mean, the
time.
platform was barely even put together.
Yeah, because it was hard to
Yeah.
manage purely
Mhm.
based on the interface.
You know, you just after a long off season, you're just jonesing for some live,
Dude.
non-replay football.
Yeah.
You know what's the great? It's so awesome. Like for example, like today, Arizona, it was pouring rain, beautiful.
Hailed
It was
yesterday.
beautiful. Hailed yesterday. Yeah, it's like 60 degrees in Arizona and it's raining. It's like
It's like 40 degrees in this
this is
room.
great football weather. But you know what that means is we're literally 2 weeks away from
The end.
the end of a lot of team season. And then there's like a nice 2 week sabbatical. Not even 2 week. Now bowl games start like the 14th, which
Pretty
is
much the
great.
week after
The
Army
week
Navy.
after Army Navy and all the conference championship games.
We gotta head to that game at Chase Field. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Is it still the Cactus Bowl?
Should be.
Oh, is it or is it?
It's the Tony the Tide. No, that's the
that-
Sun Bowl.
The Cheez-It Bowl. No,
It was the Cheez-It Bowl.
it is the Cheez-It
Yeah.
Bowl. Is it still the Cheez-It Bowl? Because now there's the Arizona Bowl
Frosted Flakes Bowl.
Arizona Bowl's in that.
at U of A. I
Stadium.
know. I don't care.
You see, they got a casino name. The new naming
What?
rights for the U of A stadium. They got a $60 million naming rights, and it's like a casino.
Really?
Sold
Leave
out.
it to Tucson.
Leave it
Well,
to Tucson to sell their soul.
Yeah, the house always wins. Just not in Tucson.
not in
Let that be a reminder to all you Wildcats.
You are still little brother.
Yeah, I don't know what the reminder is, but
Little brother. I have more fun watching NAU play on a Saturday than
What,
U
they
of
had
A.
the. Is it still the Snoop
Not
Dogg
this
Bowl down
Saturday.
The Snoop Bowl?
Oh, it was.
It was last year.
Was it last year or was it a few
no,
years
no,
ago?
it was a few
That
years
was
ago.
Barstool.
Because there was the
Barstool
Barstool
Bowl.
Snoop. That was, I think, our freshman year of college.
Yeah,
Or
he was the
sophomore
first
year.
one to have it. It was the Snoop Dogg Bowl or something.
Mhm.
And it was on some like bootleg
Janky,
local
like,
channel
YouTube
that
at
you
the
could only
time.
get in like Tucson.
Right.
How am I supposed to watch this game?
Right.
How am I watching two above 500 college football teams and I can't find a way to watch
Because you're
this
probably
game?
watching New Mexico State play like Western Michigan or
But it's a
something.
bowl game. I mean, it
I
was,
know. But it's always on like New Year's Eve or like the 30th or something like that. It's one of the later bowl games, and you're just like, man, such a
bowl games.
meh
It's like
bowl game.
only tune in really
That's such a mess.
if there's somebody fun to watch.
below average city. Tucson's a below
Some of
average
these
city.
teams just, I mean, they're decimated.
Very much so.
Very much so. It's not even close. They
Right.
suck.
We
I've never
talked
been
enough.
there.
I've been there. I've been there.
I haven't.
It's
been there,
actually
thankfully.
once you get outside of like where campus is, it's ghetto. But then once you get to like Marana and Oro Valley, it's actually pretty nice. Wife's family is from there. So
Say
I let her
something mean
know.
about Oro Valley,
Oro Valley's great.
just in case
Tucson
they might be
sucks.
watching.
Downtown Tucson is ghetto. But hey, Liberty Market. Shout out to Liberty Market. That is one of the best pizza places I've had in Arizona by far. Anyway,
Talked enough about the CFL.
we talked
so-
enough about the CFL and the bowl games. Well, actually, you know what? So I have Big 12 title game scenarios, but I actually want to save that for the ASU preview because I figure it'll tie hand in hand to what we're going to want to talk about.
One more thing on the CFL. I got to mention this because nobody knows this unless you know the CFL. NFL and college football need to adopt this rule. The CFL has a rule where if it's a fumble, it's not who, like in the ball's going out of bounds, it's whoever bats the ball out of bounds or touches it before it goes out of bounds.
Oh, yeah?
Instead of, because then, yeah,
Takes possession?
the last team to touch it gets possession. So if you like rip a fumble out on the sideline and it's bouncing out and you like sell out to go recover it in college, it's like, well, that's unfortunate. But in CFL, you're like, you don't get rewarded for field position because you were bad on a play. It's like, no, there's still a reward for playing hard inside. Like, I love that. I think that's
You probably
awesome.
got dudes punching at every tackle.
Dude, yeah. And it's not even like you don't even have to like sell out to recover the ball. You just have to sell out to punch the ball.
The next
out of
Give
bounds.
Back to the Game highlight video is just a bunch of clips of that specific rule of
The CFL being awesome.
yeah, it's just that specific like a million like 50 clips of that
Yeah.
specific rule where it's like dudes fumble and it goes the possession goes to the
Yeah, but we do need
that
a
touched
we do need a fourth down in Canada, so we can wrap it back up.
yeah.
Canada's
Add a
lane for
fourth
that
down
one.
Canada. All right, so we'll save Big 12 title game scenarios for the end. But big news coming out of Virginia Tech and their head coaching vacancy. It is official. They have agreed to a deal with James Franklin, which means James Franklin's buyout at Penn State drops from like 40-something million to $9 million, which is a good amount of money. I'd love to have $9 million in my pocket tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
There was a clause
How do
in
we
his
feel?
contract that he had to be looking for jobs
yeah.
post departure.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have only got that $40 million payout if he. I mean, I'm sure there was more details to it. So you can't just kind of get around. I mean, when you're dealing with $30 million difference, that's a big deal. But you knew if he was interviewing at Power 4 schools, he was going to get the job.
Yeah, but he also strikes me as the kind of guy that just loves coaching. So the money is great, but he wants to go make that money doing the thing rather than
Yeah, and $9 million plus another contract isn't that bad.
not bad at all. Like I said, I'd take $9 million in my pocket tomorrow to get fired from
You would?
anywhere.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if someone was like, hey, here's $9 million, but the only stipulation is you don't have a job tomorrow.
I don't need a job for the next lifetime.
I know.
You do it right. That money will
$9 million
that
goes
should
a
last
long
you a
way.
lifetime.
In America, $9 million still goes a long way, believe it or not.
It
For about 3 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then you get into the gold crisis, and, the gold standard and all this stuff, precious metals and all that, Anyway,
I think you're losing it a little bit.
I know. It's my 47.5%
That's why this show's invested in
win percentage.
crypto.
I know.
There you go, $9 million worth of NFTs.
Oh, that's gonna change,
Krusty
like,
Krab
flying.
In
NFTs.
3 years, you're gonna have $20,000 worth of stuff.
Not even.
It's so funny. I keep seeing memes like that where it's like dudes bought like an NFT of like a gorilla like doing the nay or something for
Well,
like
it's the bathing apes that the NFTs they thought were gonna go up like crazy.
yeah, they paid it for
There
like
was one something that came
$450K or
out
something
and
like that.
Something
Now
that
it's worth like
got posted on social
$1,000.
media a few weeks ago. Guy paid absurd amount. Had to sell it for like a sixth of what he paid for it.
I've seen ones that are like way worse than that too, where it's like they bought it at like $400K for
Sell for like 20.
which is just like and they sell for like $20K, and you're just like, what?
You just bet on the wrong horse.
All the horses are the wrong horse in NFTs. They're all worth nothing, man. Anyway,
You don't think my picture's worth $1 million?
no, we'll have a give back to the game NFT, and we'll see how it does. But yeah, I love the move for Franklin. I love that the ACC is getting another strong head coach in the conference, especially because Virginia Tech has just had such a rough go of it recently. You know, having awesome athletes like Kyron Drones. Really disappointed that Terrion Stewart didn't pan out the way that we had hoped at Virginia Tech. But I think this is a great step. I mean, I imagine he'll probably get some guys from Penn State to transfer over, maybe some other guys from the Big Ten.
get some good recruits.
Maybe the commits. I don't know if they get anyone from Penn State to move over to Virginia Tech.
I don't think so. Drew Aller had such a long leash. Those quarterbacks are like, oh, wait. Might be nice to go play for a James Franklin team. You know what I mean?
He'll nab a couple guys. But if you're getting a good amount of playing time at Penn State,
Yeah.
you're not really going to go backwards like that.
Right.
But if you're a guy struggling to get on the field at Penn State that had a good relationship with Franklin.
But, dude, think about the possibilities for Virginia Tech in this ACC climate. Like, SMU's 7-3. Clemson fell off. They'll probably be back soon, right? But Georgia Tech 9-1. I mean, everyone's talking about the ACC right now as like the most muddied conference right now, purely because you have no idea what's going to happen. Like, if Georgia Tech wins this next game, obviously they clinch their spot in the conference championship, and they play Pitt. But right now, or they play Pitt on Saturday is what I mean. If they win that game, they're in the conference championship because they play Georgia next week. And then it's like Duke had a chance at one point, and they're like 5-5 right now, which is amazing. That's the case, and I love that. The ACC right now is the Big 12 of last year, in my opinion. And I think whatever team comes out of the ACC is going to be so much fun in the playoff. I hope they run the table and do something fun, like kind of like how ASU played Texas hard. I'd love to see like an awesome first round matchup between like Georgia and I don't know, an AC. Maybe not Georgia, because then Georgia Tech would have to play them again. But
yeah, whoever the SEC loser is probably going to be the 5 seed, and they'll get the group of 5 school.
Yeah, so you're probably looking at like Ole Miss, like an Ole Miss Georgia Tech matchup. One, super clean uni matchup. Second of all, that would just be high octane offense. It would be 55-40, and it would be awesome. Anyway, but we can move on from James Franklin. I just wanted to touch on that. And then other big news, I'd say the other news that's like trending right now, I see it all over the place, and Joey just sent it to us in our Instagram group chat, where On3 is reporting that Sam Leavitt's return to Arizona State next season is doubtful. That's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. Doubtful in what sense?
Unfortunately,
like
with the nature of things, I do think it is a genuine concern. Even I know there was some, I guess, debunking of that actual report.
Yeah.
With family members, but
is it Pete Nakos or whatever?
Pete Nakos. Yeah.
Nakos. That dude's an idiot. That dude's stupid. Like, I think he's the one who actually texted Dallin and was like, Dallin Leavitt, Sam's brother, and was like, hey, gonna run this report. And Dallin's like, why would you do that? He doesn't know what he's gonna do. And so he just slapped the tag doubtful so he could write the report. It's like, dude, come on. Like, you're just you're creating and manufacturing chaos for no reason.
He's getting
sorry
clicks.
excuse
He's getting
for
clicks,
a
so
reporter.
that's immediate.
Yeah, he is.
Lots
it's
and lots of
brilliant,
clicks.
but it's a sad excuse for a report, man. It's pathetic, is what it is.
I mean, I think
because it's wrong. It's just false.
if Sam comes back to ASU, it's going to look very bad for On3, and my trust in On3 will be shaken. I might even hold a slight grudge against On3 for stirring up something like that. But yeah, no. I'll let you finish your point, Sam.
I do think it is a very genuine concern.
Yeah.
Especially with the soundbite of Kenny Dillingham coming out and he's doing his NIL marketing again. I don't know if you saw the soundbite of him talking about, local restaurants and trying to get businesses involved. Because he knows that there is going to be huge dollar signs waved in front of Sam Leavitt this year, especially with there's not much big talent that's going to draw him here, and it's going to be very tempting when you got Big Ten schools, SEC schools with absurd amounts of weapons and a bigger paycheck for Sam Leavitt. It's very as much as you can tell he loves the community and loves loves being at Arizona State.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, a lot of these kids are thinking about their lives and how best to become a professional. And so it is very, very scary for me, especially with with how little returning talent we have on the offensive side of the ball next year.
I mean, I feel like we'll have a good amount. It's like the pieces we're losing are important. Like, obviously, Jordan Tyson's probably going to be a top 5 pick. Like, I just saw a PFF mock that had him going to the Giants. Do you know how awesome it would be to see him go to New York, play with Jackson Dart and Scat? That would be, oh my God. I would be a huge Giants fan.
I'm already a huge Giants
I know.
fan.
It's like I'm buying jerseys if that happens. Like, I'm going to be like, hey, I know, sorry, Cardinals. Like, the Giants are now my team. That's how I would feel so strongly towards that team. All they'd have to do is sign Zane Gonzalez to be their kicker, and we'd seal the deal. But anyway, nah, dude.
I don't want Jordan Tyson to have to play on that field.
Dude, I know. Oh my gosh, he would rip up his knee.
The World Cup's coming to New York, and they're putting grass in there.
Just keep it.
And then they're gonna tear it back down and put the cheap playing surface back.
Whoa.
Storm's brewing.
Dude, I know.
Indeed.
I was like, oh, is someone rushing the field right now?
But
Storm's brewing.
I mean, I think my gut says this is just posturing and testing the market to, like, kind of like what Kenny was doing, playing the game to make sure ASU is doing what it takes to win, knowing full well that he wasn't going to leave. Now, I don't know that Sam's at exactly that level. I think he's probably a rung higher than Kenny is on the leaving scale, but I do think it's probably just posturing to see what he's got out here. It's like, hey, boss, I got a job offer here. This is what I'm worth. Can you match? It's like, I do want to stay. Can you match? I think that's probably the situation we're in, because if you think about it, he's not going to play in the spring. He's still recovering from his surgery.
Yeah.
That means he'll have to figure it out on the fly at his new school in the summer. Maybe they already have a quarterback, and it's like, if you're leaving for that next rung of team, how many jobs, like elite college football teams, are going to be missing a quarterback next year?
Yeah.
The class is next year's class.
With him being injured, it does play in Arizona State's hands.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
Yeah, I think his biggest thing is less of testing the waters in the transfer portal. I think it's going to be more so like, what are we... Dude, that's crazy. You can't hear it, but it's like, it's coming down outside. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
We might have to go check this out real quick.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Go, yeah, you go report back to us. I'm going to talk more Sam Leavitt. I hear it.
Hey, tell us about Sam Leavitt while we go check.
Yeah, you guys check. Tell me what it's like. I think they just went outside.
Look at how big this tail is.
Go show the camera. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. Here, you guys, I want to check it out. You guys take over on the mic. Now. All right. Sorry about that. It's hailing like crazy outside, and we had to go check it out. So there's a little gap in the audio and the video, so we'll line it up quick. But, yes, my point about Sam Leavitt is, like, one, he's a premium talent. If he stays, great, he's going to be a top quarterback in the next class. If he leaves, he's still a top quarterback in this class that NFL teams are going to be salivating over, because he may not be a first-rounder, but if he goes, he's probably going to be a day 2 guy. Dude, the premium you can get Sam Leavitt at in this draft because of the injury that he's got.
You can get a lot of guys this year.
I know. That's what I'm like. I'm excited, like, as the Cardinals, like, at this point, just tank. Get the good first-round pick, bolster the O-line. The defense is solid. Bolster the O-line, maybe add another weapon, whatever it takes. Do what you got to do. Don't go quarterback in the first round.
Unless your guy's there.
Unless our guy is there, right.
If Lenore Sellers is there at 6 when the Cardinals go, do you
Josh
take him?
Allen. No. It's such a deep quarterback draft. I love Lenore Sellers.
Shoot. Man. What other pieces would we fill?
You could add another receiver.
I don't don't know. I like what Michael Wilson just did this week.
Need some
I know what
guards.
he did this week, but
We do need some
to
Guards.
add another mouth
Shout
in
out
that
Isaiah
room is
Adams.
awesome. Yeah, shout out Isaiah Adams.
strong believer.
Hey, we'll see if we can't get him on the pod one day. Talk some Illinois ball. But anyway, yeah, Sam Leavitt, I don't think he's going to leave for another school. I think if he left, it's going to be for the draft. That's my thoughts. Shame on 3 for trying to stir something up that's not there.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll move on.
Go
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah, you go.
The
one more
point
time.
of like the point that I think is nerve-wracking when it comes to it is kind of like both of you guys said, the talent leaving. Because if you think about ASU next season, we're probably down to X Alford, most likely. So we're most likely down him and Miles Rouser for sure. Down Keyshawn
Montana's
Elliott.
played great in his place.
Yeah, but we're just gonna be losing a ton of guys. Keith Abney's gonna go.
Yeah, 100%.
We're gonna-
he should be a first rounder.
We're gonna
We may have two first rounders in this draft.
We're gonna lose
First time in
four
ASU history.
4 defensive ends. Like Maxie Honitcher's gone, Josh Atkins gone,
I'm not mad about Atkins.
Ben Coleman gone,
Yeah,
Malik
that one I'm
McLean
upset
gone, Shimon
Yeah,
Mateer
but
gone.
Coleman could, in theory, utilize that medical red shirt, try and come back, put some better tape on. So Coleman's still a question mark. He may come back because
No,
NFL
Coleman's
teams.
gone.
You think so?
Coleman's out of eligibility.
No, I'm saying, but he could use a medical red shirt.
Can
They can
he?
find, yeah, if he played less than 4 games.
He played up to Utah.
He didn't play against Utah.
He did. He started against Utah at left guard. First game at left guard.
Dang, yeah, TCU was game 5. So, yeah, if he played, yeah, then he doesn't have a medical red shirt then. I don't know. The NCAA is so, they're so, like, I don't know, man. They ebbs and flows of what is a solid rule and what's not. So, he's probably out. Anyway, he's probably gone. You're right. But, yeah, but I trust Kenny to rebuild.
No, I do too. I like the
To
pieces
retool.
we've brought in. What I love is the transfer portal class he brought in last year wasn't necessarily about guys that are going to play this year. It was
Guys who are
about
gonna take
loading
over.
up 2 and 3 deep guys
Oh, yeah.
that will eventually take over. The problem still is
Are they going to stay?
they're inexperienced guys.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Well, I mean, Jalen Moss.
is Sam going to want to play behind an offensive line and for an offensive coordinator that haven't done the best at protecting him? And I don't mean to, like, I should say offensive line that didn't do a great job protecting this season, and he got hurt, he got hit a lot. And also, I don't think Arroyo's called the greatest games for
He's been
Leavitt.
on the money the last few
Well, I
weeks.
agree, but we were leaving the game, and I'm sitting there saying he's called the 2 best games of his ASU career for Jeff Sims.
Yeah.
He's a better play caller when Jeff Sims is playing quarterback.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there thinking, like, is he going to evolve the offense to meet Sam? So it's like he could enter the third year in Arroyo's system, which is just should be dollar signs everywhere, like green check marks. But the way he's called games for him this season hasn't seemed to gel with Sam. So I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's
wonder how
weird.
much of the idea of, okay, Sam's coming into his own and becoming a better, more NFL-ready passer, that's what really doled Arroyo down the beginning of the year. But when he's having to go into games, game planning, thinking that I have to protect my quarterback, which how we thought with first years at ASU Sam Leavitt was, where you're like, okay, he has some holes in his game, I need to supplement that with my play calling, and he feels the same way with Jeff Sims. I wonder if that's what caused him to kind of dole things with Sam when he really needed to kind of keep that philosophy where, yes, my quarterback's doing better, but I'm still protecting him and using the philosophy to put him in the best situation possible to make plays and to alleviate some of his mistakes. And the big thing for Sam Leavitt is don't put him in situations where he has to make magic happen with his feet. Let it be an extra thing he does on third downs, because that's what's caused his injuries. He makes these crazy acrobatic plays, but he can't stay healthy when he does it. So he won't be able to do it at the next level even more. So
Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see what happens, and I have full faith in Kenny Dillingham to do the right thing and get all the pieces we need to be a contender again next season. So, moving on,
just throw some money at our boy at North Texas.
Yeah,
right.
Mestamaker. He made himself a lot of money.
I do want to be fair to Arroyo. A lot of the concepts are the same
as last year.
as what he ran with Sam in the beginning of the season. He just is running the plays we liked that Sam ran, even though Sam, I don't think, executed them very well either. Like, I don't think he put the best tape out this season. But he's calling, like, more of those for Jeff Sims. Like, the amount of times I say, wow, great call, Arroyo, has skyrocketed as opposed to just, like, right here with Sam. But, yeah.
Anyway, so moving on, we're quickly recapping, and I mean quickly. We're going to recap Week 12. So we went 6-7 as a podcast, hit the quick that, 6-7.
Hit the quick that.
Hit the quick that. Yeah, I don't even know what it's called.
What a dad.
I know. I had a rough week. I went 3-10.
Oh, no way. You went. That's crazy.
I don't need to hear it. We got in the lab.
It's actually very
Turn
impressive.
the film on.
I don't know if I could go 3-10 if I tried.
Well, it's like
a lot of those picks were with my heart.
It's like the March
They didn't
Madness
go
thing.
well.
It's like the March Madness thing where it's like it's equally impressive to pick an imperfect bracket as it is a perfect bracket.
It's just as hard to be 3-10 as it is to be 10-3. So, who's the real loser here?
True.
Philip.
You are elite at making the wrong pick.
Hey.
Philip, if that were the rules of the game, then you'd be doing great.
I'd be doing so well right now. But you know what's gonna suck though for everybody watching this? Who's gonna they're gonna fade me. Maybe they do some things in their free time, to fade me, thinking they're gonna make some money on it. It's just not gonna happen this week. It's a new week. It's a new week. We get back. William last week was 8-5. He was our big winner. Sam was 6-7, equal with the pod. On the season, we are 118-88, 30 games above 500. I went back and I did the math on all of our records of that we've tracked at least, because we didn't originally start doing the individual picks until like our 4th or 5th episode, something like that. But I'm sitting at 57-63. I've had a rough 3 weeks. I was right around 60%, but now I'm at 47.5. William, not your best week last week, but you were 70. You're 70-50, so 20 games above 500 just by yourself. Not too shabby, especially as the seasons got harder. That's with all the down weeks. I only imagine what your record would be if we started going from the beginning. Sam, 47-53. You're missing out on, I think, like 20 games from us because you missed one of the weeks, and William and I did picks. So, yeah.
And you cooked the numbers.
I cooked the numbers, so I'm beating Sam by half a percentage point. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right, but that all being said, we've got 14 more games to pick here this week, starting with a Friday night kickoff in Las Vegas. Hawaii going to take on UNLV. UNLV is a 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to be quick. I like Hawaii in this game. I like them going on the road and beating UNLV. UNLV hasn't put a bunch of like electric tape on the, out there. I love what Mike Alhado's doing. He's playing great football. Hawaii seems to be like humming. Everybody's starting to get healthy. Jackson Harris has been cooking. I like Hawaii. A fun game, probably like 31-28.
I love that
Calandria's
analysis.
going to have good. But
love that analysis. UNLV's played in some sketchy games lately. They're kind of starting to, I don't want to say slow down, but they're not looking as smooth as they were at the early part of the season.
Yep.
And Hawaii seems to be hitting their stride, just dominating San Diego State 2 weeks ago, coming off a bye. I mean, like, we're a Mike Alahado pod. We're also an Anthony Calandria pod. So this is honestly,
it's a wonderful game.
This is quarterback matchup.
Like, what
right
more
here.
could you ask for on a Friday night, dude?
Yeah.
This is a
the game of the weekend.
This quarterback matchup of the week.
This is the
right?
game of the
melt
weekend.
into this couch with some terrible food,
Dude,
and I'm excited.
so happy for this.
And I think
What
it's
a
a late
week.
kickoff too.
8:30.
8:30 on Friday.
Dude.
That's so
That's
fun.
past my bedtime.
No,
What is it?
no.
Is that Fox?
Fox Sports 1.
Oh, come on. Even a good broadcast.
There
Like,
you go.
It's gonna be
dude,
good.
this is the game of the weekend. If you're not watching Hawaii at UNLV
I know.
at
What are you
8:30, dude,
No.
I feel bad for
Talk
you,
to me,
man.
Talk to me. Sam, what are you thinking on this one?
As much as I want to say Hawaii, UNLV's got too much on the defensive side of the ball.
All right.
Give me Calandria and the boys.
Love it. Okay. Game 2 of the weekend that we are picking is number 22 Missouri going on the road to take on number 8 Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 7.5-point favorite in this game. Here's my very first hesitancy. Vegas seems to be doing something. I've noticed a pattern this year. Anytime a team is favored by 7.5 at home, in games that we've picked, we're 0-3. Most of them are ASU games. So ASU, for example, when we played, who was it? We played Iowa State on the road. We were 7.5-point dogs in that game. We won on the road. Houston at ASU, 7.5-point dog. They beat us. I'm just saying. Then Texas Tech, same thing. I think it ended up closing at 6.5.
What would this line have been if Alabama snuck the game out?
5.5.
You think they would have still been favored that much?
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma's had a good little turnaround.
I mean, for Oklahoma, the game they won last week, they should have lost in terms of just like if you're looking at playing the Underwear Olympics. So it wouldn't have been held against Oklahoma as much to go on the road at Alabama and lose to a top 5 team. But they didn't. They went and won. So now they're the number 8 team. They jumped a few. Honestly, they only moved up 2 spots. They were 10 last week. And now or were they 11?
They were 11.
11, so they jumped 3 spots. Still, I don't even think that's all that crazy. I think they should have jumped Oregon, to be
Are
honest.
they ahead of Alabama right now?
Yeah, Alabama's 10.
Okay.
Josh Pate, he was saying it this way. It's like, because the committee, they look at like head-to-head matchup as a big like reason for ranking. So that means when you lose to a team, you now have like a barrier. You can't pass them. So like if USC beats Oregon, USC will jump Oregon, and then Oregon can't get above USC in the final ranking. So it's like that comes into play when it comes to those at-large teams, but that's a whole conversation. In terms of pick'em, this is not a pick'em. This is a spread pick. Oklahoma looked really good defensively last week. I think.
Are you overthinking it with that analysis?
Not at all. I'm going to go with Oklahoma to cover.
Oh, this is a changed man.
I am.
He brought an analysis out, brought statistics,
I doubt
and went
it.
against it with the simple pick. I'm
Simple
proud of you,
pick.
Philip.
Oklahoma's the right pick purely because their defense is insane. Missouri has a fantastic ground game. Ahmad Hardy is one of the better running backs in college football. He had 300 yards last week against Mississippi State. 300 club. Great game from him last week against Mississippi State, but Mississippi State can't stop the run. ASU proved that week 2. Oklahoma can run the football. They can throw the football. They can do it all. Mizzou, I don't think they can throw the football at the level that Oklahoma will allow them to. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to score enough points. I think this is going to be like a 31-10 game or 31-13. Ahmad Hardy may have 80 yards on the ground, maybe a touchdown, but I like Oklahoma in this one.
What do you think?
I'm seeing it the same way he's seeing it. Love Ahmad Hardy.
I'm right there with you guys.
We're dialed.
I mean,
we're dialed tonight.
Oklahoma's defense just shuts down everything. They make it hard to play, and Missouri's defense I don't think is good enough to stop Oklahoma's offense, who's finding a run game lately. But the thing,
Can you just put an outfit on her?
The thing I think about with Oklahoma is what would we think about Oklahoma if John Mateer didn't break his thumb?
Yeah. No, they would be top 4 in the country.
Dude, I mean, they wouldn't have lost. They probably would have beat Ole Miss.
They would be undefeated.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
They for sure would have beat Texas. I'm like so hurt because I love John Mateer, but I just don't even like watching him right now because he's a shell of himself.
I know.
And it's just not fun to watch him play when it feels like he's playing.
He should have ran away with the Heisman.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah.
He's playing like Josh Allen.
Yeah. And we still see some of the zip on his ball. We still see the impressiveness with his legs, but it just hasn't looked like it did against Michigan. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what hurts. I'm like, dang, man.
I know. I feel that too. But the fact that they're putting him in situations where he doesn't have to do too much, and with defense, run the football, they're getting done that way.
Yeah.
So as more time goes on, the more he will be able to heal up. Oklahoma's looking like a wagon right now.
I think it's hard to sit here and say Oklahoma's not the best defense in the country outside of Ohio State.
Better than A&M?
I would say so.
After last week, yeah.
I think with the talent on their schedule or the teams they've played and the way their D-line has handled those teams. I think they're the best defense outside of Ohio State. That's my thought.
They're right there.
Imagine that. Imagine if Lincoln Riley had Brent Venables as his play caller or his D coordinator when he was at
National
Oklahoma.
championships.
4 years in a row.
Okay, this is interesting. So Oklahoma has the number 11 defense in the country in total defense.
Eye test more important.
Mizzou is number 10, funny enough.
Who has Missouri played?
I know, that's the big difference.
Kansas.
They've also allowed 9 more touchdowns than Oklahoma. Oklahoma's allowed 15 scores all year, which is tied for third in the country right now.
And half of them came in the Ole Miss game or something like that.
Right? Yeah, honestly. All right. So we're unanimous. Oklahoma is taking it. Third game of the weekend for us is Louisville at SMU. SMU is a 2.5-point favorite at home in this game. Both teams are 7-3. SMU is fighting for their life to play in the ACC championship in a few weeks. I think if they win out, I don't know who they play next week, but if they win out, I think
They're shooing. Yeah,
they're shooing. They play at Cal next week. Right now, okay, so here's the conference standings. It's Georgia Tech is 6-1, Virginia is 6-1, Pitt is 5-1, SMU is 5-1. So Pitt plays Georgia Tech this weekend. So one of the the Kings is going down. Virginia, I don't know what they're doing. SMU,
one loss.
They have one loss. I don't know who they play. They probably play Virginia Tech. Yeah, Virginia
No.
Tech. Yep,
Oh,
that's their
next
last game. They play Virginia Tech next week. Oh, that's so interesting. So I wonder what the tiebreakers all kind of work itself out. Bring it to me.
It's pretty much who's going to be playing.
Oh, yeah. We have another guest picker joining us. Hi, baby. Yeah.
Welcome to the party, Haven.
Welcome to the party.
Welcome.
Yeah.
All right, what are we thinking? SMU, Louisville.
I'm going to keep it quick. SMU. SMU at home. They've been playing great football. They had kind of a dud against Wake Forest, but Wake Forest has been a thorn in everyone's side this year. So
They've come
Give me
alive
SMU.
since that game.
I like Louisville in this one. I think they bounced back after last week. Get back to running the football. Purely off vibes.
Yeah, that's what I'm wrestling with. It's like this is a great spot for Louisville to get right after a bad week, an embarrassing week. But the other thing I'm wrestling with is like SMU is like the hungry dog seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, the ACC championship at the end of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you probably show up. If I'm thinking like what like vibes happens is like this is the one they run away with, and Cal is the trap game at the end of the season that they thought was an easy win. I'm going to go SMU because I think they're the better team, and that's pretty much the only reason. But I do see a possible Louisville solid game.
Yep.
Didn't Isaac Brown get hurt?
you're taking
Isaac
SMU.
Brown, yeah,
he didn't play last week.
Not that that's a huge deal. The
They got
Keywan Brown guy is
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
Their backup got hurt as well in that game.
Which one?
The guy who had 100+ yards last week.
Oh, Keywan got hurt?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
So
my
I don't know
goodness.
status of him for this week.
So they're down to
All
their
right.
third running back.
I'm definitely going with SMU with that
SMU.
news.
Oh yeah,
Not the
there
controller.
it is. Oh, it's okay. She can play with it.
All right.
All right, so moving on, we got Baylor going on the road playing at Arizona. U of A is a 6.5-point favorite at home. Again, short and sweet analysis for me here is U of A has been playing some inspired football. Baylor has not been. Baylor's offense is awesome. Their defense is like a wet napkin. U of A, Noah Fafita has been just dealing, making smart decisions, not turning the ball over. Their run game is starting to get going. The defense is starting to play better. I don't know if U of A covers. I could see this being a close game, but I could also see this being one of those games where U of A just comes out and beats the tar out of them. Don't get me wrong, I would love Baylor to win this game, but I just don't think they do. I think U of A is going to get them.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think U of A is playing some. They're honestly one of the best teams in the Big 12 by just the way they've been playing lately. Big win at Cincinnati is a big deal. U of A's strength on defense is their secondary. Baylor is, that's going to be tough for Baylor. And I just don't think Baylor does anything inspiring on defense to slow down U of A. So U of A wins and probably covers 6.5.
All right.
Even though that's not the pick.
Yeah, I think after seeing how U of A did last week, Baylor looked really good offensively, but they can't stop anybody. And I think Baylor is going to be another high-scoring game, but U of A still pulls this one off at home.
Yeah,
I agree. All right, next up is one of the bigger matchups of the weekend, arguably the biggest, not for the pod necessarily, but in terms of ranked matchup. Number 15 USC.
This is an elimination game.
This is an elimination game. Number 15 USC goes on the road to the Pacific Northwest to play at number 7 Oregon. Oregon opens as a 9.5-point favorite. For me, this is easy. I think because it's a cover game. I think USC covers 9.5. I think USC has the potential to win this game.
Same.
So, because I think USC, Oregon could be on upset alert here, I'm going to take USC to cover. I don't know if I'm going to go as far as say they win. I'm going to be rooting for USC because I like what they were doing with Lincoln Riley and Jaden Mayava. And because no one thought that USC was going to be this good. So I'll be rooting for them. I'd say Oregon might win, but USC covers.
Yeah, I think USC covers. USC might be my upset pick of the week, honestly. I think I have another upset pick of the week.
I'm happy to slap
gonna take over there, but I definitely have USC to cover. Haven's very excited about the USC cover.
I know, she's losing her mind right now.
They're running the ball very well.
Come here. Come to Dad.
And just, the way they made plays against Iowa, it's like in the rain, their receivers just were not dropping passes. Crazy contested catches, crazy accuracy from Mayava. Just Oregon, I think they're a great team, but I think, I just like USC here.
I think you're just hating on them after the Iowa game.
Dude, they both just beat Iowa. I hate both of them right now.
No, I think USC's going to pull this game off. Oregon's been really banged up.
Yeah, we all have USC cover.
Yeah, Oregon's been really banged up. I think USC wins this game outright.
Me too.
USC's just looked great all year. They've just had that feel of a team that hasn't quite reached the level of just how good they really are.
Agreed.
And then Oregon I don't think Oregon has it this year.
Yeah.
I think just with Evan Stewart being down all year, they've had a bunch more injuries on offense.
Yeah.
I think USC gets them on this one.
Yeah, I think the thing is with Oregon, they just dummy the teams they're supposed to dummy, but then the teams that are like match talent with them, it's those ugly Penn State, Iowa rock fights, Indiana, and it's just like I don't think they have enough weaponry on offense to kind of overcome it. I don't think they're also like the Oregon defenses we've seen in the past few years.
No. I think something that was telling for me in this game is the fact that, against Iowa, Oregon, the only adversity they faced was late, right? They didn't really have to rally much. It was control the game, just sneak out of here with a win, sneak out, come on, let's just get out of here and win this game. It was a bad weather game, and they ended up obviously doing it. It was gutting for you as an Iowa fan, but USC was down 2 scores against Iowa, so they had to rally early. And the inspired football that they played from, honestly, mid-second quarter till the end of the game is the exact reason I have more confidence in USC to go into Oregon. And to be honest, it's not like Autzen the loudest stadium on the planet. You know what I mean? They get loud at Autzen, but it's nothing crazy. This isn't going to be an Ohio State type crowd.
Our Oregon fan base.
I know. But, this isn't the Autzen crowd against Ohio State. It's just not going to be that. So, I think USC goes in. I love the take, Sam. I think USC probably wins, too. I'd love to see it.
This is most people's game of the week outside of our,
Is this big? Is this big noon kickoff? Is this big noon kickoff?
Good question.
Where are we? Oh, it's probably a late game because it's CBS.
These are in order on time.
It is
So it
CBS.
should be around 12:30.
Sweet. All right,
It's a
TCU
1:30
Houston.
kickoff. Yeah, so next up we got TCU going on the road playing at Houston. TCU is currently, I think, a 1.5 point underdog in this game. Here, you can go down. You can go down. Here. She just wants to roam. Got to protect the head, the noggin. All right, let's see here. What did I have them as? Right now, Houston is a 1.5 point favorite at home against TCU. There goes my outline. No, it's okay. You can have it. I have it pulled up. For me, I think TCU ran into a buzzsaw at BYU. It's unfortunate. I think that TCU is a better team than they let on. I think that absolutely they can go on the road and beat Houston. Houston hasn't put great tape together the last few weeks. In fact, I'm interested to see. I don't think it has any impact on the scenario. Yeah, baby. So give me TCU to win this game. Wegman hasn't looked nearly as good as he has since the ASU game.
TCU really didn't impress me last week.
Yeah.
But I think Houston's gonna snap back and win this one. With them only being 1.5 point favorites, showing Vegas is kind of leaning towards this being close. I think Houston's gonna come out and come back to the form that really had that spark earlier in the year.
Dude, I have no idea. I literally don't have a feel in this game. My feel is that I want TCU to win for ASU's sake, but TCU has just really been frustrating because I'm watching all of this offensive talent seemingly go to waste every week. Like, how do you throw for 350 yards and score 17 points? Mm-hmm. Like, guys, just infuriating. I don't know. I haven't been watching a ton of the games, so I don't know what the deal is, but I do know that Josh Hoover's a stud. Mm-hmm. So maybe a TCU fan could let me know why we're struggling to break 20 every week. It doesn't make sense. TCU's defense has been up and down this season, but Houston hasn't looked great since they beat ASU. Like, honestly, since the fourth quarter of the ASU game, Houston hasn't looked very good. They didn't look good against West Virginia. They didn't look good against UCF, even though they won the game. So I have no idea. My gut says TCU's got more weapons, so I'm gonna go TCU here. But I don't feel good about either team, honestly. Both teams might find a way to lose this game. No, crazy to say it's 23 ranked Houston.
I know. Both these teams have been pretty up and down this year. But yeah. Going into our sixth game, we got Pitt coming off a really tough loss against Notre Dame last week. College game day, going on the road to take on Georgia Tech, who's coming back to form after losing their first game of the year. Georgia Tech is minus 2.5 point favorites. Philip, you're not going to want to miss this one.
I'm not going to want to miss this one.
We'll start here. Pitt looked very bad. They could not. There was really bad turnovers, bad interceptions. Could not stop the run. Understandable. It's hard to stop the run against Notre Dame. But
I mean, you see the things Jeremiah Love is doing on like a weekly basis. It's insane. The runs that he's pulling off from nothing.
Yeah.
That dude is the best running back in college football.
He's good at football.
Yep.
He's nuts. But did you guys who did you pick on the last one?
He went Houston, I went TCU.
So we are going TCU then?
this week.
Okay, let me real quick. Let me add that. Alright, make a note. Sam is going. Yeah? Okay, you can keep talking. You gotta wait for me.
I guess I'll go first here. I think Georgia Tech is really reeling, like, to almost drop to Boston College last week. They were down most of the game. They probably should have lost to Boston College. And Haynes King's playing amazing. Somebody explain to me why Jamal Haynes has 5 carries. Did he get hurt? Or are they just leaning Hosley?
Hosley got a lot of run.
No, I like him as a back, but I'm like, Jamal Haynes was all-conference back last season. You bring in the Penn transfer, and he takes over his job?
I don't think so. I think it was just the situation where, like, he was breaking off some big runs.
I mean, I guess, but and no shade, because I really like Hosley. I think he's a really good back, but when you have Jamal Haynes too. Anyways, love their offense. Really don't like their defense. I think Pitt has looked better lately, even though what happened to Notre Dame. I like Mason Heinschel. And I think Pitt's defense is honestly better than Georgia Tech's.
Yes.
So I'm going to go Pitt here.
Yeah. As tough as the last 2 weeks have been for Georgia Tech, I really just wasn't impressed by Pitt last week. And I'm just going to say Georgia Tech pulls this one off.
We all know where I'm going with this. Georgia Tech wins. They clinch the ACC title game. End of story. On to the next.
Part of me wants them to lose now so that they don't get exposed in the playoffs. But it all comes down to what they do next week, I suppose.
Yeah.
I like Georgia Tech. Don't get me wrong. I like Georgia Tech.
Yeah. This next game for me is actually my upset pick of the week. Nebraska going on the road playing at Penn State. Penn State is an 8.5-point favorite in this one, which I don't know if I fully understand because Nebraska's played really good ball with TJ Lateef. And Penn State hasn't. So I'll take Nebraska to cover, but also to win outright.
Dang. I don't know that I'll go there, but I do think 8.5 is a crazy line to Nebraska. The way they looked with Lateef, the way they run the ball with Emmett Johnson, I think Nebraska's definitely better than an 8.5-point spread.
Yeah. It's just with how well Penn State's been able to run the football.
Yeah.
And as much as Aller's out, Franklin's out, they still have that top 5 in the country recruits in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
So
They do. But they also have to, for Penn State to cover 8.5, they have to hold Nebraska to under like 17 points because they're not going to score more than 30.
yeah, that is a good point. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Penn State. I'm still gonna pick Penn State to cover. I think atmosphere is gonna be great. I think Singleton is looking unstoppable. So give me Penn State.
Right now she's doing the I was bold in the darkness. Her Bane. Best Bane impression right now. So we're going Nebraska, and then Sam's on an island.
Mm-hmm.
William, you took Pitt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just have to make that adjustment. You can stand up. Don't unplug the computer. All right. Let me make the note. You want to read off the next one?
We got number 20 Tennessee going on the road to take on Florida. Florida is 4.5-point favorites at home against top 25 Tennessee. Florida did have a great showing last week, but 4.5-point favorites. What are you thinking?
Dude, Florida's the most bipolar team on the planet. They are up for the big games and down for the Kentuckys.
Yeah.
How's Kentucky their biggest, worst performance of the year? So I don't know what to make of Florida. The fact that there's a number next to Tennessee's name right now might be doing Tennessee some harm.
Yeah.
It's a rivalry game. I think Tennessee's been playing better football, but I have a hard time making a one-way because I know how good Florida can be.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think here?
Yeah. Haven't got to watch a whole lot of either of these teams. But Yeah, I do think Tennessee is going to be able to go in there and take care of them. It's going to be a good one. It's just really what you're saying. You don't know which Florida you're going to get on each night. So,
Agreed.
But I still think Tennessee is too much.
Yeah.
They're
I'm going to go there. I'm going to think tempo breaks them down.
Tennessee clears. Like, I can't believe they're dogs on the road in this game. That's for me. But, yeah, give me Tennessee to win by, like, 2 scores. Alrighty. Unanimous. Tennessee. This game, for me, is the biggest game of the week. This is the game I'm most excited to watch outside of the ASU game. It is number 12 BYU going on the road to play at Cincinnati. So, for those of you that are ASU fans, this is the biggest game of the weekend besides ASU Colorado. If ASU handles business against Colorado, we need Cincinnati to handle business against BYU. If Cincinnati beats BYU, then there is one more domino that needs to fall outside of ASU winning out to get ASU to the Big 12 title game. So, that being said, how about them Bearcats? Give me Cincy in this one at home. It's a tough environment. BYU is fraudulent. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah, BYU's always just been super tight on the spread every single game, but they just always find a way to pull it off.
Outside of last week.
Yeah, outside of last week. But, yeah, I think BYU's going to go in there and take care of Cincy. I haven't been too impressed with Cincinnati lately, so give me BYU to cover.
Yeah.
You're grabbing it. I appreciate you.
I think this is a hard game because I think these are two very close and similar teams. I do think home field is a big deciding factor in this game. I think the fact that Cincinnati kind of laid an egg at home last week with their season on the line is a big deal for Cincinnati to come back and play this game better in front of their home crowd especially. I think the fact that it's a home game at Cincinnati is a big deal. Cincinnati would have really struggled on the road at BYU like they did against Utah.
And I feel like them dropping a home game last week to U of A is like losing back-to-back games at home in an environment like that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I would be shocked.
Sucks, so.
The thing that scares me is like BYU looked amazing last week. So I think BYU's defense is really good, but I don't know. Something about Cincinnati this week. Maybe my heart's picking this one, but I'm going Cincinnati.
I am as well. So Sam's on an island on this one. He's taking BYU to win and cover. I hope he's wrong as well.
I hope I'm wrong too.
He's doing us a service by picking BYU. The pro ASU pick is anyway. Next game up, number 21 Illinois is a 7.5 point favorite going on the road to Madison, Wisconsin to take on the Badgers of Wisconsin. For me, easy pick, Illinois to cover. Wisconsin hasn't been impressive. Their big win against Washington, to me, has a lot of red flags around it, purely because it was such a poor weather game. So Washington never could get fully into a rhythm, and then it was defense against defense. And both defenses are suspect. Illinois is a lot stronger offensively, like on the offensive line, and I think their defense is stronger than Washington. So give me Illinois to cover 7.5.
Same. Not much else to say.
Yep, same. Wisconsin can't really do anything on offense.
Right.
Give me Illinois.
Unless their punter takes over at quarterback, I'm taking Illinois.
Yeah, what was the whole story with the punter had more passing yards than quarterback?
He was 1 for 1, 24 yards 2 weeks ago against, they upset Washington, and he was 1 for 1, 24 yards. It's ridiculous. Anyway, now, speaking of Washington going to Pasadena to play UCLA. Washington is a 10.5 point favorite at UCLA, which is kind of crazy. But then again, is Nico out for this game as well?
I don't know.
So that being said, I love Washington. 10.5 seems kind of crazy to me, but UCLA looked like a dead ball club last week against Ohio State. So I'm going to take Washington in this one to cover 10.5.
Yeah, if there's no Nico, give me Washington to cover.
Right. I'll
Demond
throw
is
that out
still
there as
playing
well.
some great ball. That's pretty much my take there.
Washington easy. Firepower.
Firepower. Love it. Damon Williams Heisman game for the 8th time this season.
You got to win more games.
Someone. Yeah, I know, right? I'm saying for the 8th time we've said it this season.
No.
Big Heisman game coming for Damon Williams. Right? Don't you think? Damon Williams?
Next year.
Haven, what do you think? Washington or UCLA?
No answer. We hate the Big Ten.
Here, let's go. Washington, UCLA. Which way are you going to walk?
Neither.
She's not going to walk. She refuses to pick and be a part of your scheme here.
Wait a second. Something's happening.
She's UCLA.
UCLA. All right.
Wow.
Haven is going to take UCLA to cover 10.5. All right, Haven. That's a bold pick. We
Yeah.
are not on board. We are not on the same side of history. All right. Next up, William, I put them in for you. Michigan State's taking on Iowa at Kinnick Stadium. Iowa's coming off not a bad loss, but
Dude, we haven't had a bad loss.
and a gut-wrenching loss.
Clearly, I'm fine. Clearly, I'm not hurt at all.
Should we read the text you sent?
Iowa had a ranking
if,
for a little bit.
If you would like to.
Let's
Iowa had
see.
a ranking for a little bit, right?
Yeah, they were ranked
week.
last week. They were ranked last week.
And the week before.
All right, let's see here. William, where's your long text? All right. You okay if I read this?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Quote from William Witter. He texted us this 5:03 p.m. on Saturday following the Iowa loss to USC. Dang, you are getting up this couch. Good for you. You can have that. I'm just going to turn it off. I don't know how long I can keep doing this to myself. Iowa has 4 one-score losses, and I can't help but think about the amount of drives that have had promise this season, but have ended because our quarterback, who has made some good throws this season, dirts, double clutches, or doesn't take off when it is needed. It is much better QB play than the previous 5 years. The difference is our defense isn't as good as those defenses, so it ends up evening out. Iowa football is pain. Having fourth quarter leads and blowing it against USC, Indiana, and Oregon is enough to make a man lose it. Rant done for now. Maybe stay close to your phones at 2 a.m. The last text
You were
killed me.
feeling it.
Dude, I mean, it's just been 4 times this season. I've just been absolutely sick to my stomach after an Iowa football game. And it's when you have victory like in your hands and you just release it.
Go.
I mean,
I don't want it very much.
Gronowski had a couple plays this game where he's dirting balls, just absolutely skipping a ball to his receiver in a critical third down, or like not pulling the trigger until it's a defender gets there to like close on it, like he's late on it, or he had room, and if he would have just made the decision and be decisive and gone, he would have got us some yards. But the play that really killed us was 4th down. Has a big corner route to Caden Weegan, completes the pass,
He almost made.
but his toe,
yeah,
the opposite of Omar Cooper.
it
last
was.
week.
He almost made an incredible play on that.
He did. It was a great play by Weegan,
I'm talking about his feet. It was.
I know.
Props to
the
it
defender,
was
Kennedy Urlacher.
Kennedy Urlacher, yeah.
C-Town, shout out Arizona.
Yeah, Kennedy
But-
Urlacher made a huge play.
And you watch Gronowski kind of like double pat the ball before he lets it go, and you're like, dog, if you just
rip it.
threw it was a great ball.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
accurate.
the weather had more to do with that.
No, because I'm watching Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane make circus catch after circus catch. I watched the first play drive of the game. Gronowski
Okay,
throw a
if your
seed
eyes
to
on her,
Jacob
she's fine.
Gill. I'm like,
She
oh
won't
my.
do anything while she's over there.
And this Iowa defense absolutely could not make any stops at all
She'll come
this
back out.
game.
All the doors are closed.
It seemed like USC got whatever they wanted. It was just like watching the Oregon game. Like, the points were low, but the defense didn't have a great game. Like, Oregon ran all over us. USC made play after play. And I just, like, they definitely made it harder on USC than they made it on Oregon. But USC was making play after play. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do because
Score more points?
this is the best quarterback we've had since, CJ Beathard best quarterback since Nate Stanley at Iowa. I don't know what it is, man. Like the offensive coordinator's better. We're scoring points on offense, and we're still here with a quarterback throwing 130 yards in a game. Like
He hasn't thrown for more than 200 this year.
I know, and I'm just like, and he's the best guy we've had in the last 5 years. Like he's played pretty good football. He's been much better. Like it's just the key moments where we need these 7-8 play drives to continue and not fade out at the 40-yard line and punt the ball away. He's throwing 5-yard out routes at the feet of the receiver, and you're like, oh, brother, come on. And it's just, it's infuriating. And it's in the biggest games when we need it. And he's made big plays too. Like I'm not trying to sit here and throw Gronowski under the bus like everything's his fault. It's just like when you're so close and the margin of victory is that tight, you need those plays to go your way. And it just, and I guess you could sit here and say like he had the drive against Oregon with 3 4th down conversions, and it was the defense that, I mean, Dante Moore's right arm really won Oregon. I'm just like, I'm looking for something to fix because it's the same result 4 times, and I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
But I love the way the boys fight. I love Ferentz. I do love Gronowski. I do want to make that clear. Like, this is no shade at Gronowski. I love Gronowski. Love what he's meant to the program. But I'm just frustrated is all. He's played good football this season. It's just those little moments in games that can be deciding moments. It seems like in the big games we haven't
made them.
Yeah.
All right, now leading now into this week's matchup against Michigan State. Everything you just said.
Right,
I was
I got
a
my
16
rant
and
up.
I was a 16 and a half point favorite against
How do
Michigan
you
State.
have to score at least 17 points to
Yeah.
We
Can you do
have
it?
a defense and special teams, mind
16
you.
and a half is pretty steep
No, it is.
for Iowa.
I agree. I think Michigan State covers. I think
Michigan
Iowa
State
wins.
covers.
But
I have Iowa to cover.
dude, I love it.
Iowa
I
to
hope you're
cover.
right. Totally hope you're right.
My score prediction is 20-3.
It comes down to, do we hold Michigan State under 10? That's
Yeah.
Michigan State last year handled us.
You think you can score 30 points?
We have seen us do it. We had a
Did it against
defensive
Rutgers.
touchdown and a punt return touchdown.
Yeah.
We got to have a defensive score and a special team score for us to eclipse that number, unless we're playing like
That's an
some
unreal
FCS school.
style of football.
Dude,
Yeah.
It's unique and it's beautiful but painful at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
I met an Iowa fan at the men's group yesterday, men's Bible study, and I was just telling him, I was like, it's a beautiful style of football in the most ugly of in
Execution.
it's like it's the ugliest style of football in the most beautiful way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You grow to love it as an Iowa fan, but you also are just like, it's also that thing that you hate when it doesn't work out for you.
You love pain.
Dude.
You're a glutton for
It's an
punishment.
abusive relationship.
It is abusive relationship. You
And
keep
I'll do
coming
it
back. They'll
every-
change.
And you're addicted. You're
And
addicted to it.
I'll do it every Saturday.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about ASU
Smiling
basketball.
through the tears.
That's how I feel about ASU basketball. Props to Daniel. He's the one who actually has taken the step and said, I won't watch this team until Bobby Hurley's fired. That's how.
Yeah, and I can't do that. As like an Iowa fan,
Right,
I
'cause
feel
you
like you
love
have to be
fans.
like an Iowa fan, and just like the thing is, like, we love our team. I love this team as much as they make me sick on a Saturday when they can't close out that win. We're in all these games with all of these playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, that's crazy.
Dude, how much fun would Iowa be in the playoff?
Oh, dude, it would be insane. Imagine a home game at Kinnick Stadium.
Yeah. Not even a home game. Throw them
In
anywhere,
reality,
though.
let's
They go
let's
just
call it
annoying.
what it is. Iowa is a playoff team.
Yeah.
They are a playoff team.
They have played the best against the playoff teams that are like right there. I mean, they're the only one that went toe to toe with Indiana except for Penn State. And Penn State, it was just an ugly game. And then Iowa just stymied them.
Mm-hmm.
Ignoring the last safety, it was a 13-10 game. Like, that's beautiful
Yeah.
for Iowa's defense, and their
Yeah.
defensive coordinator deserves to
Phil
be
Parker,
the-
shout out.
Yeah, Phil Parker, put him on the ballot, dude. Like, that guy should be president. That guy's he's doing the Lord's work for Iowa.
No, the team has been amazing
not a
this
political
year.
statement,
It's
but-
fun to not be out of big games. Like some Iowa teams of the past might get blown out by an Ohio State.
Right.
But like this year, we're competing with every team. And I mean, at least what's better than having a Saturday where you know your team's going to at least compete?
It's cool.
All right. We'll move on.
I don't want to bash on the boys
We'll
too
move
hard.
on.
I'm frustrated, but
6-4 is
us a
not bad,
chance.
and
They
you'll
give us a
probably win the
chance.
next 2 games to finish out 8-4. Go to
coming
a
for
good
the
bowl game.
Cornhuskers, man.
They'll win, be 9-4. The last game, we'll roll right into our ASU preview, but this is the 14th game of the week for us. Number 25, Arizona State, going to Boulder, Colorado, to take on the Colorado Buffaloes, a Deion Sanders-led Colorado Buffaloes football team who has severely underwhelmed this season, following a near Big 12 championship appearance and a Heisman-winning performance with Travis Hunter, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, and Shedeur Sanders last season. Still no defense, still no offensive line, but better. This year, they are one of the worst defenses in the country. I was looking up total defense. I know they currently are.
I don't get how they're this bad.
I know.
With how many recruits that they got and the firepower you had in the transfer portal.
We're going to run the football down their throat. They have the 4th worst. They allow 210 rushing yards per game, which is 4th worst in the country. In the Big 12. Like that's enough to be ranked as the worst rushing defense in the country, purely because you are in a passing league and you have the worst rush defense in the country. Or you have 4th worst yards per, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? It's like you're in a league that passes the ball like this. We pass the ball more than anybody in the country. And yet you allow the 4th most rushing yards per game.
They're cooked.
So they play right. Their weaknesses play right into our strengths. Especially with Jeff Sims, Brayleek Brown, Demarius Robinson. He ran the football kind of well against West Virginia. Like he had some juice to him. I like the way he moved. A lot better than he did against Utah and Texas Tech. That's for sure. But I think this is the kind of game that doesn't matter really who you have at running back. Like, this is a game Kanye Udoh could have 150 yards. This is a game where Leek Brown could have 150 yards. This is a game where Jeff Sims could have 150 yards. This is a game where all 3 of them could have 150 yards. And we win this game by far more than 7.5. So I like ASU to cover. I don't think it's going to be particularly close, but then again, ASU never seems to cover. So, but I am obviously the blatant optimist in the room. So give me ASU to cover 7.5.
Yeah. I really like the game that we called on offense last week. Hate how many big plays our defense allowed.
Yep.
But not as scared of Colorado's offense as I am of West Virginia's.
And West Virginia's been rolling. Like the people are going to look at West Virginia's record and they're like, well, they're 4-7 or they're 3-7 or whatever.
Yeah.
Go watch West Virginia play the last few weeks. They
just beat up Houston.
They beat up Houston. And then they played tough against they beat somebody else the next week. Who did they just
Colorado.
Colorado, is that who they played? Then they beat up Colorado. No, it was 23-16. Is that the game?
It was like 29-22 or something. 7-point game.
That's
Julian
right.
Lewis's first start.
Oh, that's right. But West Virginia was up like 20-0 or something like that early.
16-3.
Obviously, my memory is not there. But like I remember looking at the score and being like, oh, West Virginia's going to run away with this one. And then Colorado did put some fight in. But still, West Virginia's been playing good football. They had mounted a couple wins in a row going into ASU. We dominated the first half and then just kind of got, I don't know. I stood in the concession line the entire third quarter, so I couldn't even tell you what really happened or what went wrong.
I really liked how, like Derek Eusebio really stepped up in this one.
Yeah, he did.
He made some really big plays. He made some big plays with the ball in his hands after the catch. Jeff Sims had his moments, But he played a really good football game, and I'm really liking where we're at this stage with what's this going to be? Jeff Sims' third start or fourth start?
Fourth start, third in a row.
His fourth start. So, yeah, I really like where we're at. Colorado doesn't look like they have a whole lot going on, and I think we're going to be able to run the ball pretty successfully. We could have Jordan Tyson back this week. There was some clips that were released of him going full speed at practice. We'll see. That could really open things up, too, and I'm sure he's willing to get back.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to play against his old team in Colorado this weekend.
Absolutely. That would be so much fun to have him back. So, in terms of the spread, where do you feel like we fall in?
I think we're going to cover. I think we're going to win this game by 2 scores. I think we're looking at about a 30-14 football game. And where I think we're going to control it all the way out, and we're going to be able to run the ball. You're going to see Jeff Sims with over 100 yards rushing. Just really got to limit the turnovers and limit the big plays on defense, and we'll be able to cruise our way right to win this game.
Yeah. Like, the path to victory for me is establish the run, because they don't protect against they're not a great rush defense, and by not great I mean they're literally probably the worst in the country.
And I say just sit in that too high shell until they force you to not be able to. I don't think they're going to be explosive enough.
Haven just did something, so now this little Google Dropbox icon is following my mouse, and I have no idea how to get rid of it. I'm like trying to follow it. That's so crazy that just happened.
It's like a comment. She might have hit like a comment button.
She's just pressing random buttons. Anyway, regardless, William, what are your thoughts on this game? Give me keys to victory. And your thoughts.
Well, I actually got a chance to watch the Colorado-West Virginia game today in between waiting for reports to load at work. I was watching the Colorado-West Virginia game, and I came away thinking a couple things. They've got a couple pieces that I really do like. I do like their wide receiver, Joseph Williams, slot receiver, real athletic, goes up and gets it with his hands, wins against man coverage. I think he's their best receiver. I know Amarian Miller's been putting up the stats, but to me their best receiver is Joseph Williams. I like his game. Was not impressed with their offensive line. I think Jordan Seaton might be out for this game, their 5-star left tackle, which would be a big help for ASU. But I think regardless, we're going to be able to cause havoc like West Virginia did. Inside, I don't think they play very aggressively, and they really struggled with pressure, like actual blitzes called. So I think ASU, I mean, that's not something ASU does very much anyways, but I do think we have a good chance against their tackles and their center. Wasn't impressed with Colorado in those areas. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Julian Lewis plays against a zone predominant team, because West Virginia ran a lot of man. And he just didn't look comfortable all game long. When he had time, he looked like he was able to. So I think getting pressure on him is going to be the big thing, because he's not very athletic like Caden Salter is to escape pressure. Defensively, I was surprised how impressed I was by some of their pieces. They have a slot corner, Preston Hodge, who leads the Big 12 in pass breakups. I think he's a really good player. They play a lot of man coverage, so I don't know that we're going to see a lot from Derek Eusebio in this game unless he just shreds Preston Hodge. They have a box safety, Tawfiq Byard, who I thought was a lot of fun to watch. Makes a lot of plays in space, tackles well, fills gaps well. He is very important to their defense. And this defensive tackle, his name's like Chris Swain, whatever it is. He's a load. Doesn't get knocked out of his gap, disengages from blocks, like really stifles the run. When they got gashed in the run game, he wasn't on the field. When they were clogging the middle, he was in. That being said, I think this game for ASU, they're going to play man a lot. they play zone when you go spread 5 wide, so we could take advantage of them there. But I also think dude, look like West Virginia. Inverted veer. They struggle to stop the QB run, and they are not very fast on defense. Their linebackers are not fast. You can get to the edge on this team. Raleek Brown, I think it's going to be a big game for Raleek. He's going to pop 1 or 2 big runs, and it's got to be for him like sweeps. And you're going to struggle to run interior against Colorado with the running back. I think that's just where they're stronger. I think, dude, just make him outrun those linebackers who I don't think are very fast. They're pretty good inside the box. Like, they're decent. But, dude, Raleek Brown to the outside. Give him sweeps. Give him outside zones. And then Jeff Sims with the veer. Like, QB power, QB counter. Like, we'll be all right. And then we need Malik McLean to win on the outside.
He had a tough game last week.
He had it's been his season. He's had some moments where he's like, oh, dude, Malik looked great on that play. And then he's had some moments where like, Malik, come on, man.
Yeah. Yep.
But I like ASU to cover.
Yep. So unanimous ASU covers 7.5 in this one against Colorado. But the last thing I want to really touch on, and this would be a quick point. So the path to the Big 12 title game for ASU, because obviously we're an ASU podcast, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people may blindly look at the standings and go, well, if Utah or Houston win out, we have the same record as them. Well, fun fact for you. Once you get past a 2-way tie with any of those teams and it becomes a 3-way tie, head-to-head does not matter anymore. It now goes to, record against common opponents. So ASU has that tiebreaker over both Utah and Houston and BYU. If BYU loses at Cincinnati or against UCF, so if BYU won this week and then they lost and dropped the game against UCF, ASU would go. But that's unlikely because they play UCF and UCF sucks. If BYU loses this week and then Cincinnati loses at TCU and ASU wins out, we would go to the Big 12 title game and we'd be playing Texas Tech again in Arlington. Or not Arlington, in Dallas. It's not Arlington, is it? I guess it's Arlington Park, yeah, because it's AT&T Stadium.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think it's technically in Arlington. Yeah? Are you so excited for ASU to have a chance to go to the Big 12 title game?
Just what a year that we have a chance.
I know.
And we're ranked, which is kind of crazy, that we're number 25 in the country. I was checking the rankings this morning just to be like, oh, okay, did they finally do James Madison justice? Where's the group of 5 teams at? And then I see 25 Arizona State, and I was like,
Well,
huh? Why? I was like, what are we doing there?
yeah.
But all in all, this has been another amazing college football season. I think the 12-team playoff has been one of the greatest additions to
I think
college
it's going
football.
to be even better this year with the reseeding. I think you're going to see some phenomenal campus matchups. You're not going to see, SMU, Penn State.
Yeah.
And you're going to see some. I think this playoffs this year is going to be miles ahead of what it was last year.
In terms of quality of matchups and actual production of games, then I think
way better. Because after the bye, you're going to get a qualified opponent to actually go up against the top 4 team in the country.
But let's be honest as well. The addition of the 12-team playoff, I have not been as excited to watch week 10, week 11, week 12 games leading up to all the scenarios of teams getting into their conference championship and it meaning something. In the past when ASU was close to making a Pac-12 title game, it was oh, that'd be great. I'd love to, do that because I want to compete for championships at the school, right? Mm-hmm. But I never cared as much. Now it's oh, this has an implication of going to a playoff. If we can go and just run the table and have a chance, if we're there, we have a chance. I know Texas Tech, fully healthy, is one of the best teams in the country. And us playing with an arm tied behind our back without Sam Leavitt would be very difficult to overcome. But, hey, man, you just give us a chance.
Dude, we need to see Jeff Sims in the playoff. What a career arc.
I know. That's crazy that's a possibility when we were 5-3 going into Iowa State.
Yeah.
With no Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson. And then we're going to see Jeff Sims holding that national championship trophy.
Right?
So crazy. So crazy how it's going to work out.
I know.
But, yes, so we need the two games that are most important, one this week, one next week. If, and only if BYU loses this weekend at Cincinnati, which is the biggest game of the week for us, that is the first domino to fall.
Oh, yeah. I was like, she dropped that.
I'll grab it in a sec. So Cincinnati needs to beat BYU. If you are an ASU fan or a fan of chaos or you just hate BYU, we will all be rooting for Cincinnati this weekend at home to beat BYU. So that being said, another successful episode. You want to take her real quick while I do the outro? Because she is crawling around like crazy on me. I am a jungle gym.
My actual upset of the week? Yeah, my actual upset of the week, I forgot to mention it. I just was looking through. Washington State at James Madison.
I was looking at that game too. I almost threw it in.
Would have thought that'd be an upset.
Right?
13.5 point line.
Jeez.
Well, that being said, it's been another fun week, another fun episode of the Give Back to the Game podcast. We ran long again. We weren't supposed to. We did okay, though. This was a fun conversation. I loved the points that we got to talk about. It's going to be a really fun week of college football. I mean, for a week that has so many bad matchups, shout out the SEC for being the worst conference in college football in terms of scheduling. No one wants to watch Auburn play Mercer. Nobody does. I don't care to watch, like 2 weeks ago watching Ole Miss beat the tar out of whoever they played. What, it was the Citadel or something like that?
No.
You know what I mean? I'm so excited for them to go to the 9-conference game schedule so they can be a real conference. Mm-hmm. And their teams can actually be put to the test because they're all like, well, they're just going to beat each other up. Yeah, that's how we feel. The Big 12 is the most competitive league in football purely because of how much parity there is. Like how little parity there is. Like anyone can beat anyone on any given Saturday. In the SEC, Kentucky's not going to beat Georgia. They're not going to beat Alabama. Like once in a blue moon they might. But in the Big 12, it's like Kansas State could beat Texas Tech. On the right Saturday, It could happen. So that's what makes like the Big 12 and the ACC. And honestly, the Big 10 has been that way as well. Those are such fun conferences. So I'm excited to see the SEC move to a 9-game schedule because I think it will ultimately result in fewer SEC teams in the playoff. Mm-hmm. More parity in the conference. Or less parity in the conference. So we'll see a couple 1-loss teams, a couple 2-loss teams there, but then a lot of middle of the road teams and then bottom feeders. They'll look more like an average conference, which I'm excited to see. I hope, right? But that also plays into preseason rankings. We need to get rid of those. Anyway, great episode. If you're not subscribed to us already, please subscribe. It helps us out so much. We hit 120 subscribers. I know we lost one. I don't know what we're at right now. Let's see. Are we at 120 again? We're at 120. Let's go. So we're at 120 subscribers currently. We've kind of stalled in that range of 117 to 120 the last 3 or 4 weeks. But obviously, we want to keep growing the channel and getting to a point where we can start making content that is higher quality and more often and doing more fun things and doing the ideas that we have. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up this off season. We will get into that, as the season starts to wind down even more. But yeah, like this video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on all of our socials at GiveBackTTG. And if you're not subscribed, at least subscribe for my beautiful daughter, Haven. She's adorable. And the fact that she made an appearance in this video, I'd say deserves a like, at least, right? And if you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. It's free. I'm not going to beg for your subscription, but dang it, it would help a lot. So
do it before we do start charging.
Yeah, we're not going to charge for subscriptions. Like, what's it called? Josh Pate said it in his video today. He was doing his like little subscription thing or whatever. He goes, it's ridiculous to charge for this content. We don't ever want to charge for our content. We want it to be free. We want this to be a platform for college football fans to have. There may be a day where that comes down the line where we have like other like spin-offs that we do that are like, you know, Patreon or whatever. Like, you know, there's like a money wall, or what do you call that? Paywall, there you go. But that would be for like specific, and it's not even content related. It's like a website, like a PFF style website. You know what I mean? Like, we got some things cooking. But anyway, we ran long. Hope you guys made it this far. And we will see you again next Wednesday to wrap up this week's games and to look ahead of Thanksgiving. We probably won't record Wednesday. It's our birthday, so we may have to record on a different day next week.
I'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Maybe we will. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, but we are definitely going to want to preview ASU U of A. That is for sure. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic weekend and enjoy watching those games. Peace out.